Good afternoon. Here's an update on the winter storm now that's affecting southeastern Minnesota, much of southwestern Wisconsin. Of course, Iowa has been hit pretty hard already, and even traveling further southeast towards Chicago, Madison, the Quad Cities. They've been receiving freezing rain over the last several hours, along with some snow. But now that snow is moving into much of southern Minnesota and just approaching the Twin Cities Metro, at least the southern side of the Twin Cities Metro. And that trend is definitely going to continue here over the next several hours. We're going to be taking a look at some maps, give you just a quick update on what to expect here over the next several hours. This is the future radar from the RAP computer model. And what this is showing you is that obviously snow already in Iowa and southern Wisconsin, and ice for that matter, has been steadily moving north and west into southern Minnesota. And you can see what the trend is. It's going to basically engulf all of southern Minnesota, including the Twin Cities Metro, by early this evening. This southern metro is going to be affected much sooner than the northern metro. This snow is going to be moving painfully slow to the northwest. The southern metro will probably be affected by about 4 or 5 this afternoon, yet the northern metro won't be affected until about 7 or 8 this evening. And of course, that's going to play a big role in the snow totals. Now watch what happens overnight. Snow continues to pinwheel over southern Minnesota and a strip of it right over the Twin Cities Metro, so that by tomorrow morning, snow continues to fall over portions of southern Minnesota, and this area of snow is likely going to enhance snow totals somewhere between the Twin Cities, Albert Lea, and Rochester. That's kind of going to be the bullseye for the heaviest snow as this system kind of sits and just pinwheels with energy over southern Minnesota. Taking a look at the infrared satellite loop, you can clearly see where the monster storm system is located. This pinwheeling low pressure over north central Missouri now continues to steadily move north, and you can see some cloud tops are enhancing, meaning they're getting colder over Iowa. This is the sign that precipitation is regenerating or redeveloping over Iowa, and definitely is going to continue to move north throughout the evening and overnight hours, affecting much of southern Minnesota, including the Twin Cities and basically all of western Wisconsin. Here's the radar summary from the upper Midwest. We talked about that enhanced area of lift now occurring over southern Iowa, northern Missouri with the cooler cloud tops. Well, that's this area of heavy showers. Some of this is ice that is streaming north out of northern Missouri into southern and eastern Iowa, and you can see the trajectory is going to take that snow straight north into southeastern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. Zooming in, looking at the Twin Cities radar, snow falling heavily now in Rochester, Albert Lea, Minnesota, Owatonna, Minnesota, Winona, Minnesota, even now creeping into the Eau Claire area, and slowly but surely making it into southern Dakota County. Let's look at the latest frame. That snow is ever so slowly now creeping into southern Dakota County. Snow will engulf all of Dakota County between 3:30 and 5 p.m. this evening, and then slowly but surely move northwest into the rest of the Twin Cities Metro during the early evening hours. This is a little bit later than what was expected, at least in the Twin Cities Metro. Why are we expecting the snow to linger into Tuesday? Well, it all has to do with the vorticity maximums. This is energy in our atmosphere, spinning in our atmosphere. Basically, it's the signature of a storm system, and there you can see it right now over Missouri this afternoon. And watch what happens to this vorticity maximum. It moves steadily northeast towards Milwaukee and Chicago by late tonight. But I want you to focus on what's happening here in southern Minnesota. You can see the energy just kind of sits and spins and actually intensifies a little bit over southern Minnesota overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. That's going to keep the snow going over a good chunk of southern Minnesota, and that would include the Twin Cities Metro. So earlier when we were talking about snow totals in that 5 to 9 inch range in the Twin Cities Metro. I still believe that that's going to happen, especially in the southeastern Twin Cities Metro. But it's also becoming painfully clear that there is going to be a sharp northwest to southeast gradient in the snows across the Twin Cities Metro. Portions of the northwestern metro, such as Wright County, Anoka County, may only get 1 to 3 inches of snow out of this, while the downtowns get 3 to 6 inches of snow, and then Dakota County and portions of eastern and southern Scott County may get 8, 9, 10 inches of snow out of this. A lot of this in the wild card, again, is going to be where that snow sits and spins overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Well, this is the latest snow updated map from Novak Weather over the next 24 hours. So basically between now and tomorrow afternoon, I'm expecting a healthy 8 to 10 inches of snow, in some places even more than that, from a line from about Rochester, Minnesota, northeast to Eau Claire. 50 miles either side of that line is where the heaviest snow is going to be located. And then in the Twin Cities Metro, at least the southern and eastern portions of the metro, Dakota, Scott, southern Washington, maybe even perhaps Ramsey counties, I'm thinking 5 to 8 inches of snow. Northwestern half of the Twin Cities Metro, 3 to 5 inches of snow. And then when you get up, way up towards St. Cloud and Pine City, you may be lucky to get even an inch of snow out of this. So we're used to this. It seems like we always have tight gradients of snow across the Twin Cities Metro. And with this storm system, I was hoping this wasn't going to happen, but it certainly makes a headache for weather forecasters. But we're dealing with another tight gradient across the metro. Again, one more time, heavier snows on the southeast side of the Twin Cities Metro, lighter as you go northwest in the Twin Cities Metro. All of the Twin Cities Metro should be receiving snow by about 7 or 8 o'clock this evening. Have a good evening.